Good morning, how are we? Happy Sunday, lovely to see you guys. We are going to get going straight away. So today, if you have a strap or if you have something that resembles a strap, just have that nearby. So I've just got like this dressing gown rope. And we're going to begin lying down. So come to lie down with or without your little extra strap. Make sure you've got yourself set up. Maybe some water or tea nearby, candles, all that jazz. Your yoga space. And welcome. So head towards the back of the mat, feet towards the front. And dressing gown rope nearby, or a yoga strap if you've got one. Oh, just gonna get a hair bubble. So as you lie down, just make sure everything's a little bit wider than usual. Any problems or issues or niggles in the low back, just bring the knees together, let the feet go wide, take a constructed rest. Okay? Otherwise, legs extended, nice and heavy from the waist down. Maybe rock on the pelvis a little bit. Swish the feet. And then tuck the shoulders, draw them down the back. And I don't mind what you do with your arms. Sometimes it's nice to have them up above you, down beside you, hands on the belly. Again, what feels good this morning? Anything to make you feel comfortable and settled. That's what we're looking for. And finally, take a moment to relax the face, the skin around the eyes, soften the jaw. Maybe a sigh will help you to just soften. Finding stillness as soon as you're ready, making those last adjustments and those last fidgets. And then observe how you're feeling this morning. Notice any movement with thoughts. Maybe you're noticing the breath or any sensations that you can pick up on as you take a few moments in stillness. And just remember, you're exactly where you plan to be. The next part of your morning is just being with your body, being with your mind. That's all yoga really is. One of the popular descriptions or quotes for the purpose of yoga, or the why, is to still the fluctuations of the mind. And that's hard, right? So it takes practice, hence yoga practice. Settle the mind on the breath to give it something to focus on. Especially if you know the breath is something you haven't quite, got sorted yet. Not that some days you won't have it sorted, but some days you'll arrive and you just mindfully and intentionally start to breathe. That's what I want to get to, ideally. So take a few rounds. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep that up, noticing where the breath is moving, where you can feel the expansion and the contraction. If you're playing any music, now's the time to hit play. If you haven't already, let's start to reach and stretch on your next inhale. Make yourself super long. And then do the opposite. Bring yourself in. Do whatever feels good here. You can move around. Good. And then we're going to drop the left foot down and keep the right knee in. Give it a little hug. Let's move the foot and the toes and the ankle. So there's a few things you can do. You can spread and scrunch the toes. You can try and fan them, like wiggle them from baby toe to big toe. Might take a bit of practice, that one. You can spread, scrunch, and then once you've had enough with the toes, just point and flex the foot. So really starting to work the calf muscle now. Maybe swish and sway the foot. So like internally and externally rotate the ankle a little bit. And then finally do some rotations. The ankles are a notoriously tight part of the body. Don't really give them much love. Okay, and then from here, we're going to just bend and extend the knee a few times. Good, and then rotate the hip joint now. So keep the knee bent and just think about the thigh bone. I just want you to move that. Both directions. Try and go a bit slower than I've just gone, actually. Let's go with the breath. Inhale in, exhale away. Inhale in, makes such a difference. Exhale away. Good, just about 3 in each direction. And then yogi's choice. So some of you might be able to kind of hold onto the big toe here for your stretch of the hamstring, or we're going to use that strap. Yeah. And if you've got the strap, it allows you to relax the shoulders and soften into the earth with the upper arms. And you want the strap about kind of just by the under the ball of the foot and beside the baby toe. Yeah, so not the arch, above the arch. This helps you to drive the heel away. This helps you to kind of pull on the strap a little bit. And just see how you get on there. Be mindful, it's very easy for the hip to lift. We want to keep the hip grounded and focus on lengthening from the back of the base of just underneath the butt, the top of the hamstring, all the way up to the heel. So, and some of you might have to kind of flex the knee a little bit because it's super tight. So just work to extend the knee, work to bring the leg closer, and work to drive the heel away. Those are kind of the 3 things. And also notice if your foot's coming in or going out. Try and get the foot flat to the sky. Yeah? Equal pressure through both hands to help you out there in terms of the pulling. Good. We're here and we're holding for another 3. Make sure the left foot is nice and firm as well. We're not rocking or leaning to one side for 2. Really working on the breath with these. Good, on 1, relax, release. Notice the difference between the legs. Do what you need to with that right leg. And then let's switch. So, left knee in. Give it a little hug to begin with. As you do that, start on the toes, yeah? Spread, scrunch, wave, fan. It's actually quite hard if you think about how you could do the fingers and the hands from little finger to thumb, and then from thumb to little finger. Can you try and do that with your toes? I mean, you might even struggle with your hand, it's fine. Something to practice whilst you're relaxing in the evening, watching TV or listening to a podcast, whatever you guys are up to. Okay, pointing and flexing the foot now, driving heel, pointing. And you'll feel, if your hands are near your calf, you'll feel the front of the calf or the front of the lower leg, then the calf muscle work. Yeah? You can see it getting active. Then internally and externally rotate by swishing. It's just a very small movement. And then finally rotating. And your calf will start to feel this, hopefully. Take your time. Get those ankle rotations good. And then bend and extend the knee. Focusing on the lower body this morning, if you didn't guess already. Hamstrings and hip flexors. Okay, when you're ready, let's hook and pull on that strap. Good. And one side's going to feel different maybe to the other. One might be tighter. We're trying to get everything balanced in yoga. Right side, left side, top half, bottom half, front body, back body. Good. How's the breath? It's the exhale where you're looking to go deeper. Yeah? We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Good. On 1. Release. Do what you need to with that left leg. And then let's bring both knees in. Circle both knees together. Let's find a happy baby. So now we're kind of working the inner thighs. Yeah? We've got these thighs are now at like 10 and 2 o'clock. Yeah? And we want to keep the low back down. We want to try and keep the shoulders down. So it doesn't matter where you hold the legs. It might be that you're behind the knees. That's fine. You can move around here if you want. You don't have to stay still. You can bend and extend. Kicking one heel away, kicking one heel in. Good. And then you can roll up to seated, or you can take yourself over to one side. If you're rolling, once you get up, can you extend the legs for a count of 5, 4, 3. You might be here. 2. Good. On 1. Let's cross the ankles and just take a moment to sit. Okay. Right. From here, swish. Okay. So take the heels out a little bit. Knees are still soft, and we're going to swish from side to side. As you swish, really try and angle the hip all the way over to the long edge of the mat and then back. So you're getting a sense of your hip flexors now. So we've done the backs of the thighs. Now we're trying to stretch the front of the thigh. Good. Keep going. Next time you're over to the left, let's pause. So really angling the right. Sorry, we're using the right knee as a base. We're angling the right hip over to the side. Sorry, I'm trying to mirror you guys. Knees over to the left, right hip should feel it. It's too early on a Sunday. Good. Other side. So over to the right and left, your top hip will feel it. It doesn't matter which way you've gone, as long as you're feeling it. If you're not, you could even bend that knee a little more and almost press the top of the foot slightly into the floor and squeeze the butt and send it further. For 3, for 2. Good. On 1. Back to center. Nice. Okay. One more little swish. And then we're going to come into fire log. So your right thigh is going to come on top. So your left leg is the base leg. So you want the shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. And then you want to take your right foot in your hand and just sway it by holding the knee and the foot. Good. And just notice how that feels. And fire log might be too much, so I'll give you another option if it is. Your other option is going to be figure 4. So figure 4, you're going to just rest that leg on top of the left knee. Yeah? If you're like, I think I can go a little bit deeper, we stack the shins one on top of the other. Yeah? And we just stay here, sitting nice and tall. Some of you might be able to ease forward. If you want to, that's fine. You don't have to. Fire log. So essentially, our shins are like 2 fire logs stacked. If you want to think about easing forward, just make sure we're not rounding the spine. We're coming forwards from the hips, so the spine's really long. Good. Just give me 2 more breaths. If you're in figure 4, the closer the ankle is to the chest, the more you'll feel it. So you can kind of bend that extended leg as much or as little as you want to change how that feels. Right, let's make that our last breath wherever we are, and then come out, swish, and we go straight to the other side. So this time your right leg is going to be at the base. Your left leg is going to be on top. And just take a moment to swish and sway that lower leg. I mean, some of you might be able to kind of hold it more in the elbow creases. Good, and then let's rest into fire log, opposite leg on top, stacking the shins, maybe easing forward or taking that figure 4 position. Same kind of thing, be mindful you're not lifting the sit bones away from the earth. You want to stay grounded in the pelvis and move from the hip. Figure 4 is your other option, remember. So we're feeling this in the outer thigh and the outer hip, hopefully. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Good, on 1, come all the way up or ease out. Give the legs one more swish, and then let's start to move into tabletop. So whenever you're ready, find your way to tabletop. Okay, so when you get to here, if you think about it, we've been like using our weight's been in a different position. We've been like sitting, yeah, or lying. Now we're taking a bit more weight into any movements of the hip. So as you move now, it's going to feel like we're working the muscles a little bit more. So less length and flex, more strength, yeah? So whenever you're ready, the right knee is going to circle. Take your time. Try and go up, back, and around. And even like cross over the back ankle. Good. Make sure you've changed directions. So go like about 3 in each direction. And then you're going to step the foot all the way through, outside the right hand. But toes are going to point forward. We're just taking a little bit of a wider stance here. Forwards and backwards. Yeah? So now, even though we've done circles with the right hip, it's the left hip flexor that's coming forward and getting a stretch. It's like we're trying to bring the left front of hip to the front of the mat. So if you look at me this way, it's like we're trying to bring this hip to the front of the mat, almost to the left wrist, yeah? The right foot's firmly planted, it's grounded, and it's strong. Right leg, strong. Left hip, melting forward. So this is called lizard. You're going to stay forward when you feel ready. Some of you might be able to walk the hands forward and let the head go heavy. Breathing, softening. Keep that right knee hugged into the upper arm. Good, listen carefully. So walk the hands up towards you, and you're going to bring the right foot a little bit down the mat. You're going to slide the left knee up the mat, and you're going to sit on the left hip, and you'll end, hopefully, facing the long edge of the mat with the right knee on top and the left knee on the bottom. So I'll show you that again. So you're in that low lunge, the hands are inside the right foot. You're sliding the left knee into the center of the mat. You're sitting on the left hip and then stacking the knees. Good. So again, this is called cow face pose, Gokumasana. So it's a bit of a funny named pose. You can stay here again, just like fire log. You can ease forward. There is some arms with this pose. So your right hand is going to drop down the back. Your left arm is going to come up the back, and maybe you get to hold fingertips. You have got the strap. So if they're far away, just dangle the strap down. Right hand at the top, left hand at the bottom. And then you can come forward. And we're trying to get the elbows pointing up and down, but just be mindful we haven't really warmed up the shoulders this morning. So, if you need a few circles before you go into that, that's fine. Or you can just move the fingertips forward. That's just a full version of the pose with the arms. And you've got your strap, so if the arms don't reach, you can do that. Good. Ease back up. Listen carefully. Right foot's going to come to the floor and we're going to take a twist now. So you're going to hug the right knee in. You're going to look over to the right. Some of you might be able to go a little bit deeper by pressing the upper arm and around. But again, first twist, so just go gently. Really plant that right foot. We want to press down through the big toe. Breathing here for 3, for 2. Good, on 1, come back around. Hands are going to come back to the front of the mat and you're going to swivel and lift the hips into a downward facing dog. Great, first one. So walk it out. How does that feel? One side's going to feel different to the other. If you want to take a vinyasa, you can. Some of you might want to warm up with a few presses, that's fine. Maybe hold your plank for an extra breath. Knees. You know I love these presses. Maybe some of you are going straight into chaturanga and through a vinyasa, yogi's choice. Or you might just be staying in a downward facing dog. Either way, when you're ready, knees down, tabletop. Okay, let's move the left hip now, yeah? So, actually, if you need to do a few cat-cows, I missed those, didn't I? I landed and I was like, oh, my spine needs to move. That's the nice thing about self-practice. There's no rules, yeah? I'm giving you suggestions, but you're at home. You can do what feels good. So before you move your left hip, if you want to do some cat-cows, please do. Okay, let's move the left hip when you're ready. So remember what you know, 3 big circles in one direction and then the other direction. Good. Right, once you've done that, bring the foot through outside the left hand. Toes are forward though. You might be shuffling the right knee back a little to get that right hip towards the front edge of the mat. Moving forwards and backwards to begin with. Before we come into lizard, a little bit of stillness. Remember, sides are different. You might be not going as deep here. We might be feeling you can go a little bit deeper. Just remember, we really want that left knee to hug in to the upper arm. We don't want it kind of winging out. We want to be like connected there. Good. How's the breath? Let's do 3 more here. Okay, so you're going to end up facing the other side of the mat on this one. I will turn around to see you. So your right knee is going to shuffle into the center of the mat and your left knee is going to cross over it and then you're going to sit down, but you'll be facing the other way. So the long edge of the mat. Take an inhale to lengthen and an exhale maybe to hinge forward. Remember, if you want, you can take your arm options. This time the left hand drops down, the right hand comes up. Wherever you are, we've got 5 good breaths here. Good, give me 2 more. On your next exhale, you're going to release out. Give the arms a little roll if you need to. This time the left knee is going to come up. You're going to really plant the left foot down and you're going to hug that left knee and start to work into that twist. Sit bones grounded, chest and shoulders over to the left. Remember, you can hook the elbow if you want to. Yogi's choice. Wherever you are, breathe. And with each inhale, you're thinking about getting taller. With each exhale, you're twisting a little deeper. Good, really nice. Release. So you'll be facing the other way. Take your hands to the front of the mat again. Unravel the legs and find your way to downward dog. Great. Lovely. Walk it out. Do what you need to. Again, if you want to move through a vinyasa, you can. Great. Good. Okay, listen carefully. Inhale, right leg nice and high. Now go straight into your split dog. So let's really think about what split dog is. It's stacking right hip on top of left. It's lifting the knee really high. It's stacking the hip as much as you can. If you still feel you need to ease out the hip, just draw some circles here. If you feel like you can pause, or maybe a bend and extend of the knee to really get that nice length through the front of the right thigh and the hip. Good. When you're ready, draw the knee into the chest. Tap the right upper arm. Good. You're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale back. Exhale, tap the right upper arm. Good. Just 1 more. Inhale back. Tap the right upper arm and step the foot outside the hands. This time the toes are at an angle. And we're going to stay high on the back knee. Twist, right arm up. You can stay here. Or elbow to ankle. Breathing in to come up. Breathing out to come down. Nice. In to come up. And out to come down. Just give me 2 more. Lovely. Listen carefully. Push off the back toes. Come to the top of the mat. Really loose and high yogi squat. It's our first one, and we want to warm up the left leg before we go in. So it's almost like we're doing a wide forward fold and we're just moving around here. Maybe you catch the elbows as you sway. But your left toes are at 10 o'clock, your right toes are at 2 o'clock. Good. When you're ready, hands down, look forward, big step back. Vinyasa or straight to downward dog, yogi's choice. Breathe. We're meeting back in our downward dog, ready to do that on the left. So after you've vinyasa'd, if you took that option, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, stack. Knee high, left hip on top of right. Remember what you know, you can bend and extend here. You can draw some circles with the knee. Breathing into the front of the left hip. Good. On your next inhale, look forward, extend the leg. Exhale, left knee, left upper arm. Good. 2 more like that. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, elbow to upper arm. You got it. Last one. Inhale back. Exhale, tap, and then step. Good. Remember, you can drop the back knee. I'm only giving you that as an option. And twist when you're ready. If the back knee's down, absolutely fine. If you don't want to move and you want to find stillness, find stillness. These are all just options. How do you feel this morning? What does your body need? Good. Give me 2 more of those twists if you're moving. And then we will come in to our yogi squat. So next time your hand comes down, back toes are going to push off, and you're going to be in a yogi squat at the top of the mat. So let's sink down now, yeah? And we can still move around here, see how it feels. We want to not dump into the flexibility. If you're super flexy, it's easy to just be here. We want to be active, so press into the feet, switch on the inner and outer thighs. So it feels like you could push yourself up really easily. The spine is long, the chest is kind of broad, the shoulders are back and down. I don't mind what you do with your hands. We're here, we're holding, we're pressing through big toes, baby toes, ball of foot, heel of foot. Nice. And then when you're ready, we are going to come up and down. So reach the arms forward and up and push through the hands, and push through the feet and stand tall. Good. And then exhale, come straight back down. So you're going to do a few of these. So inhale, push up and stand. Exhale. Keep cutting off my head, don't I, in the morning? Exhale, come straight back down. Hopefully that's enough. Inhale, come all the way up, reach. Exhale, come all the way down. Good, you've got 2 more. Breathe in to come up and breathe out to come down. Good, last one. In to come up and exhale to come down. Good, hands to the floor, hips high, big step back to plank. We're going to hold our plank. So I'm going to do some little hip dips here. If it's too much, you drop to the knees, you hold here. But if you can, you're going to dip your right hip down, come back to center, and dip your left hip down. Come back to center. Just give me 5 on each side, so 10 in total. So that's 4. And the opposite hand will lift a little bit. That's 6. Helps you kind of use your toes as well. 7, 8. Good. 9. Try and dip it low. And 10. Nice. Okay. If you can, chaturanga or knees. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. I don't mind. You got 3 good breaths there. Good. Really nice. Okay. When you're ready, inhale from downward dog. Right leg nice and high. Exhale, split your dog, option to flip it. So you find the blade edge of the left foot, the ball of the right foot. Wild thing. We're just here for 3. Get the shoulder over the wrist. For 2. Good, on 1. Pick up the right foot if you're not already there. Step the right foot forward. Sweep the right arm. Find your high lunge. Good. Sink a little lower. Pull the right hip back. Strong through the left leg. Breathing here. For 3, I don't mind what you do with your arms. They can be reaching into a little back bend maybe. For 2. Good, on 1, warrior 2, open up. Nice. Again, for 3. For 2. On 1, forearm down or hand down. We're into extended side angle. The arms are straight. We're looking up. Because we've done a little bit of Gokumasana with the arms, we might want to find the bind. If you do, and as well, you've got your strap. So if the binds are difficult, just get the end of the strap. Always drop it down the top hand, and then the bottom hand can hopefully find it. Sometimes it's a bit tricky, but see how you get on. Spin the chest, look up. We're here for 3, for 2. Good, on 1, release. Come all the way back up, strong through that front leg. Just a brief reverse warrior. For 3, you got it. We're extending that front leg any moment for 2. Good, on 1, come up, extend the front leg, hands prayer. Skandasana to the back. All these movements should feel good because we've warmed up the muscles. Yeah? We're here and we're holding again. For 3, for 2. On 1, use that back foot, journey to the top of the mat. Right hand down, right knee down. Sorry, not right. Sorry, all of that was wrong. Left hand down, left knee down. I forgot I switched. I'm trying to mirror. Okay, so if you can, stay here or add the twist and see if you can grab the back foot, which will be your left foot. Okay, and then you can even wing out this front knee as well. We've worked the sides, we've worked the inner thighs, but most importantly, that back foot. Again, the strap, if you need to, make a little loop, hook it around the foot, and then use that to pull it in. Yeah? Okay. Wherever you are, we're holding for a little bit longer. Let's do 5 breaths here, so give me 3 more. You can drop down to this forearm as well. Yeah? Lovely. Winging out the front leg or pressing it in, I don't mind. Good, for 2. Really nice, on 1, release. Hands down, slide it back, take a vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. Ready to do that all on the other side. How are we feeling? Okay. Whether you vinyasa'd or not, we're meeting in downward dog. With the inhale, lift the left leg. With the exhale, find your split dog. Remember, you can stay here or you're flipping it. I think I'll stick to the same leg as you guys so I don't get confused. Okay, if you're in your wild thing, just give me one more breath, lift a little higher. And then look forward and step the left foot through from wherever you are. Use the left hand to help you if you took the wild thing. Sweep it forward and up. Find your high lunge. Do what you want with your hands. Prayer, reaching, behind head. Good. Take an inhale just to lift up briefly. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Just for 3. Short counts this morning. For 2. On 1, left hand down, right arm high. Remember, all forearm, yogi's choice. If you took the bind on the right side, take it on the left side. We're here, we're holding for 3. For 2. Good, wherever you are, release. Keep that front knee bent. Scoop it back. For 3. You got it. Nice strong legs. For 2. On 1, back to center. Well done. Hands prayer. Turn the back toes out. Skandasana. Deep bend into that right knee. You got it. We're here and we're holding. For 3. For 2. Now push off that right foot. Right hand lands. Left hand reaches. Right knee comes down. Twist. Now remember, you've got options. You can stay here. Or you've got that grab. Yeah? Reaching back. Grabbing the back foot. Winging out the front leg. As much as you wing out, you could press. You'll notice if you wing out, it's like you're opening and letting the length happen. If you press down, you're working the strength. You're like, ugh. Yeah, the muscles are working to hold it in place. So just think about length and strength and what you're doing, yeah? Good, we're here for 3. We're here for 2. Lovely, on 1, release. Slide or step it back. Vinyasa to downward facing dog. And when you're ready, knees down, big toes touch. Take a child's pose, reach the arms forward, let yourself be heavy. Nice. Walk the hands in, roll over the ankles, come to sit. Okay, so we're going to finish with Upavishta Konasana. It's that wide seated fold, and then a Baddha Konasana. So then you are done. So heels away, as wide as you can with the legs. Aim for 90 degrees. If you can go a little bit wider, go for it. Again, take an inhale, and it might be just enough to sit here. Some of you might have to sit on a little something to help you lengthen through the back. We want a really long spine here. Heels driving away, toes curling towards you. If you are coming forward, be mindful, we're not rounding the spine. We're hinging from the hips. 5 good breaths here. It's so easy now as we kind of wind down to start moving into a busier mind. But stay with the breath. This is where the breath becomes really important. Give me one more. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Let's actually just briefly do a nice Janu before we do Baddha Konasana. So left foot in, fold over the right leg. And this is quite nice because you can add a side stretch if you want. Maybe the top hand just rests behind the head. Good, give me 2 more. Really good. Inhale, come all the way up. Quick switch. Left heel in, right leg out. Breathe in and slide down that extended leg. Good. How are we feeling? Side stretching, so lovely. Give me 2 more. Nice. On your next inhale, use your side body to bring you back up. And then both feet in. Let's take a Baddha Konasana. Same thing. You might be here, right? And you might need to, especially if you feel like you're rolled back on your sit bones straight away when you come to this one, you want to be right on the sit bones. You want to be really upright here. Yeah? So sit on something if you need to. If it's not working today, just take the heels a little wider. Maybe lie back, do a reclined version. Everyone can do that if they want, yeah? You can kind of come back, take the arms above the head, and just allow yourself to be easy here. So seated or reclined Baddha Konasana, yogi's choice. But this is like our final posture. So find stillness, come back to the breath, whether you're lying or whether you're seated. I want you to do 10 breaths here, okay? Final bit of effort and focus and concentration this Sunday morning. That's 1. That's 2. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Eyes are closed. Breathe in. Breathe out 4. Stay with me. Breathe in. Breathe out 5. Just give me 5 more breaths. Make them the most conscious and mindful ones of your day. That's 6. 7. 8. Breathe in. Breathe out 9. Last one. Breathing in. Breathing out 10. If you're lying down, maybe just place the hands on the belly. If you're seated, maybe place the hands at heart center or on the lap. And let's all just allow our heads to draw towards our chest. If you're lying down, don't worry, just internally bow as a little sign of gratitude for finding time for your practice this morning, for joining me, for joining your fellow yogis. Well done, everyone. Or if you're watching this on catch up, well done. Have a great day. Enjoy. Have fun. And lovely to see you. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks, everyone. Bye.